Why hello there, welcome back to the channel. Now today we have a new UR banner in Atsumu Miya, so we will be doing a player review as well as a ton of new updates, plus a new gift code that some of you may have missed, so let's talk about it. And like always, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for some more Haikyu Fly High content. So as you can see from the screen, I have this new background that just got released. Yes, it did cost me money, but I really like the winter season, and so I just picked it up because I thought it was so cool. But before we begin with the player review, let's do the gift code first. So again, you go into settings, you go down to gift code. I think I'm blocking it on the screen, and the code is going to be HIQ Creator. And then you click redeem. And for me, it says gift code already used, but it gives you guys 3 recruit tickets for the SSR/select recruit banner. And now let's get into the UR player himself, Atsumu Miya. Oh my god, the aura. the aura on that is unbelievable. So yes, Atsumu Miya is the new UR banner character, and so we're going to go through and talk about whether or not you should pick him up or not. Now, I did make a TikTok on my TikTok account, and I pretty much said that you shouldn't pick up Atsumu Miya, especially if you're a free-to-play player, because you have to pick up him, Osamu Miya, probably Kita, and Suna as well. That's a lot of resources, that's a lot of tickets and diamonds that you have to invest in such a short period of time. If we look at him as a character though, he is primarily a serve unit. His set is not too far behind though, so he's pretty similar to Oikawa in that regard. He's got a good block as well as a quick attack himself, because again, in the anime, we've seen him attack and actually hit the ball himself. So I've already actually checked out his skills like very briefly, and on the TikTok, the website that I use is a direct translation from the Japanese like server, I guess you can say, but in doing that is not the best English translation. And so from that in the TikTok, there were some things that said it affects both quick attack and power attack players, but looking at his skills, it looks like it's only going to be quick attack players. So it even justifies my opinion further that if you have a bunch of power attack players already and you're free to play and you're trying to save up diamonds and tickets, Atsumu Miya, even though he's such a cool character, him and his brother, it might not be the best thing to do. So his first skill is tactical serve, and when he targets the opponent's weak point with his serve, it increases its power by 30%, but if you target an area that isn't a weak point, then your receive stat increases for your back row. And then he has the clean set skill, and it performs a set with 125% of his set stat, and importantly, it removes all debuffs from the spiker receiving this set. So if you did pick up the Akashi memory, the one that specifically says it clears debuffs including down mode, which is Bokuto's specific debuff, and you put it on Atsumu Miya, I believe it will then clear Bokuto's down mode, and you can use Atsumu Miya as the setter instead. Now again, Bokuto is a power hitter, so having Atsumu Miya as your setter who's a quick attack specialist may still be a bit of an odd matchup or an odd pairing, but that is something to consider. Then we have his training skill, Precision Feed, so it increases his set stat by 8%, and each time a teammate's touch is not critical, so not critical, Atsumu Miya gains 2 stacks of precision, and each stack increases his set stat by 2% up to 10 stacks, so that would be up to 20%, and when he's setting, he consumes all of those stacks, and for each stack consumed, it increases the spiker's attack technique by 2.5% and quick attack stat by 2.5%, lasting for 10 net crossings. So again, quick attack only, not power. And the most important line there is each time a teammate's touch is not critical. So up until this point, if you have somebody like Ushijima, Oikawa, or even like Iwaizumi Tanaka, a lot of these guys benefit from high awareness and high strength. And so Atsumu Miya here is saying, hey, I actually don't want any of that. I would prefer you guys not to hit any criticals, and then therefore he'll be a better setter for that. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you're a free-to-play player and you have power attack base and you have potentials and memories, everything that has strength and awareness specific boosts to it, this just doesn't make sense to me. Unless you're willing to completely change your team in the very near future, you won't be able to get the best out of Atsumu Miya. So his last skill is just like in the anime, he alternates between a jump float serve and a jump power serve. So when he does the float serve, it's a little bit less of his serve stat, so it's 230%, but it prevents the opponent's spikers from casting any spike skills for 2 net crossings, which is very nice. And the jump power serve, so it does it with 260%, And for every 3 team morale, it increases Atsumu Miya's awareness by 1%, lasting for 2 net crossings. So going into his skill res 2 and 4 here, so skill res 2 says his strength increases by 30%. When he enters the court, he gains 5 stacks of precision immediately, and each stack increases set stat by 2% up to 10 stacks just like before. So he does get a big boost to strength, which I believe is critical damage, and awareness is critical chance. So even though, yes, he doesn't like criticals happening, at the very least, if it does happen, he'll be strong. So his skill res 4 says each stack of precision additionally increases Atsumu Miya's set stat by 3%, and when he consumes precision, he gains 5 new stacks of precision. Each stack increases his set stat by 2% up to 10 stacks. So he'll just never run out, and he'll always have a boost to his set stat because of this precision boost. So overall, is Atsumu Miya a great unit? Absolutely, he's a fantastic unit. He's comparable to someone like Oikawa. However, Oikawa just fits with more players than Atsumu Miya, and that's why in my TikTok and even in this video, I'm kind of like, I think you should probably stay away. Now, if he's your favorite player though, and you're just like, nope, I'm not listening to you, I'm gonna get him because he's my favorite, and I want to get Osamu, and I want to get Inurazaki players, by all means, go for it. But again, it might be difficult to do if you don't spend money on the game. So going into his mythical memory now, the top 2 stats are set and serve. Of course it would be. And what it does is it increases the equipper's set stat by 12%. While the equipper is on the court, if any allied player's awareness or reflex is below 20%, that player's attack technique and defense technique increases by 3.2%. When an allied performs a non-critical action, the equipper gains 1% attack and defense technique, stacking up to 5 times, lasting for 1 turn. If he really just doesn't want you to do any critical plays, he wants your awareness and reflex to be very low. But I feel like right now that a lot of people have invested a lot into awareness, reflex, strength, all those kind of things. Can you put this memory on any setter? Technically, yes, but it really just affects Atsumu Miya the most because, again, he doesn't like critical plays. But as you can see, there's a ton more to talk about other than just Atsumu Miya. So let's start off with the new time limited event. So one important thing to note is that it does say it starts on the 24th of September and it goes to the 22nd of October. Now Atsumu Miya goes out of his banner on October 8th, I believe it is. And so why isn't it extra 14 days? It's because Osamu Miya is going to be coming out right after Atsumu Miya. And so they're just going to continue to have this event going on until his banner is finished. Now I've already done my attempts, but you only get 5 daily attempts, and that's how they're going to be able to scale things back a little bit, because this event is just like the first 2 events we've had, whereas you just go up against both teams, and there's 35, I believe, in total. Yeah, there's 35 matches in total per team, and so instead of doing the 10 attempts and you would finish it in 1 UR banner, they're making it 5, so you can finish it in 2. And so like always, my strategy for this is to just commit to one school, get as many evolution points as you can, unlock as much of this this tree, I guess you can say, and what it'll do, it'll increase your team rating, and therefore it'll make it easier to clear each stage. And then once you get stuck on one side, just go to the other side and then repeat the process until you're done. Now when it comes to the store, again, I'm just going to quickly reiterate, the number 1 thing you should be getting is the UR ticket, then the memory ticket, and then the healthy milk voucher. And then after that, you can do whatever you want. Again, for players who do like to spend money, or maybe you don't like to spend a lot of money and you want to spend a little bit, getting these kind of passes are very much worth it in my opinion. So for this one, I believe in Canadian dollars, it was $12.99. You get access to all the UR tickets as well as 680 of the star gems. Another offer here that might be worth it to you to save up in the future is this time limited pack. And basically, yeah, you get 20 UR tickets. The emulator I have set up is not in the right country, so it's a little bit, it says it's a little bit more. It's actually, I think, $24.99 in Canadian dollars. But yeah, this I would say is very much worth it. And so yeah, the volleyball pass has now reset. And so again, I do think that this is worth it. Now, whether or not you want to get the like Uber premium one, or you want to just get the pass itself, is up to you. Again, the only difference is if you get the one that's a little bit more, you get this background that I have right here. But it's kind of the same deal. You get access to the bottom row, you get 680 star gems. And yeah, I just think that it's worth it because again, at $12.99 Canadian, you get access to a ton of resources and a ton of things that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. I mean, 120 stamina is very worth it. There's UR tickets. And then obviously at the very end here, we have a legendary memory selection box, which for a lot of you might be worth it. And they have finally given us a new mini game, including PvP, but it's not what you think. So right here, it's a simple memory game. We're gonna go in here. So I've already completed the solo mode ones, but really it's just you match the two characters. But as you can see on the right side, we have multiplayer online real-time 1v1. And so you go up against somebody and there's a time limit and you just try to match more cards than them. My suggestion is if you do play on an emulator and you want to actually beat people, I would probably play on my phone just because it's easier to tap with 2 fingers rather than use 1 mouse. Now I know some of you may not be a fan of the volleyball like minigame with the 2 crows, the Kageyama one and the Hinata one, but this one, just do it one time, get through it, grind it out, because it is very much worth it if we go through the rewards. So just clearing it the first time, you get gold, XP, 50 diamonds, more gold, XP, 50 diamonds, gold, XP, 50 diamonds, and that goes on till the end where you get 1 recruit ticket. And then on top of that, if you do complete these stars within each stage, you unlock stuff down here. So here's 50 diamonds, and then there's 80,000 gold, there's 20,000 of those, there's more XP, training manuals, selection, oh not selection box, random 3-star player, another ticket, more diamonds, and as you can see, these are just all worth it. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing this. Legendary potential, like a lot of you have been struggling to get those. More XP, training manuals, another 3-star player, another ticket, and then another legendary potential. And then for multiplayer, so you can only get 500 store points per day. You can still play though more than that, but once I hit 500, I was like, I'm done. But if you go into the store, it's not as lucrative as the other stores, but again, you can get legendary potentials that way, and it does reset in 13 days. You can get more 3-star players, more XP, purple potentials, gold, whatever. And then we have our traditional UR like token stuff. So you complete stuff that are daily, you do recruits, and then you get more of these points. If you actually get Atsumu Miya and his memory, then you will get his special background. But there has been new backgrounds that just released, which I will get into in a second here, that have been blocked behind things like this in the past. So heading into the store, it's the same as usual. You first should get the UR tickets, and then after that you should get your memory recruit tickets, and then after that it just depends on your situation. So now heading into the store, I will show you guys the new background. So there is a Sugawara background here where he's just kind of chilling, and this one costs 480 of the decoration tokens. There's a new Iwaizumi one, which I will move myself out of the way actually. So you can see there, he's kind of like tying his shoes. Can I look at this in full screen? Yeah, for some reason I can't go full screen here, but this one is a new one as well as the Sugawara one. Those both are new. He's like tying his shoes here, getting ready to play. He's in his team jersey, so it's a pretty cool background. Now the next one is a very popular one. So if you picked up Bokuto's player as well as his memory, just like how Atsumu Miya has one, you get this background where he's, you know, looking for food. He's got meat in his hand and with the chopsticks and a plate in the other, and he's looking ready to feast. This is now available. Again, you do have to pay for it though, but it is cool that they're actually letting us still get it if you didn't pick up the player and their memory. Here's another one with Nishinoya that was behind the very first, I think, or maybe it was the second volleyball pass, just like the Miya twins and the snowman, how you have to pay for the exclusive premium volleyball pass. Nishinoya had one as well, and this is what it was. So now if you want to pick it up, you can as well. I'm covering the coach's face here, but again, just like the last UR banner, every day come in here, collect your stuff. You get free UR tickets, free memory tickets. Don't miss out. And yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. So let me know down below in the comments, are you going to be picking up Atsumu Miya, and are you going to be building an Inurazaki team around him with Osamu and maybe some of the other players, or if you're going to skip on him, because I know Korai and Hirugami are around the corner, and those guys, in my opinion, are very much you can't miss. But again, I would like to preface, if you have made it to the end of the video, if you guys like these characters and you don't agree with my opinion that you should skip them and you want to get them, then absolutely go ahead. I don't want to stop you from doing what you want to do. And if these are your favorite characters and you want to get them, then go ahead. Because for me personally, I was planning on getting the Miya twins before the game even really came out. Before the game was getting into motion, I was like, I want to build my team around the Miya twins. And then I found out that they are quick attack based and that 90% of the players in this game, at least the good ones, are power based. And so it just wasn't really making sense to me. And that's why I'm transitioning from going them as a duo to the Kamomedai duo. But like always, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Peace.